Hello, everybody. Welcome to another stream. If I'm looking at the other direction more, it's because I've changed my setup a little bit. So, yeah. Welcome to another stream. Today, we're going to be working on stream overlay. I've got a lot to do now. I got a lot of new things I need to do now because I got Twitch affiliate. Thank you everybody who has supported me. Much appreciated. Especially Swashbuckling Fox and Matt Bird's Quest. You two have been extremely helpful in helping me get the average views needed. So thank you. I don't know what else to say. I'm pretty excited. I get all the cool new features now. I get the channel points. I've been waiting a long time for the channel points, so that's fun. I have actually added 2 things, or maybe 3 redeems, other than the default ones. Posture check. So you make me check my posture. Not that it's ever bad. Play games for an hour. I guess, yeah, I added that one. That highlight my message, unlock random subs, send a message. Yeah, those are all the default ones. Oh, hydrate. I added hydrate. Can't forget to remind your streamer to keep themselves hydrated. So, and today's stream. Oh, that's right. If I just pull up my dashboard and click the run credits button, that should hide that. Today's stream, I need to get my overlay set up a little bit better. I want to add events for, well, I need to add things for, okay, music's a little too loud, there we go. I need to add events for subs and bits. Or I need to subscribe to those events and then handle them. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with Twitch's default event overlay. Oh, thinking of that, I'm required to run ads on my streams now, which is good and bad, right? Not great for the viewing experience, but great for me, I guess. I can make a few cents, not really hugely worth it, not unless I have like hundreds of viewers. But it looks like ads are starting in 30 seconds. So I'll wait, but adding notifications in chat and to me the ads are starting, that would be useful. So now the ads are starting, I'm going to wait. Oh, the joy. And hey, if you're subbed, you wouldn't have to do So, trying to think. Just waiting for the ads to run. I don't know how to tell when ads have finished. I just know the ads started. It's not telling me that ads are going up. So yeah, I need to subscribe to ad events. as well. I don't know if that's actually an event. So there's the subscribe events. We need to subscriptions, bits, and ads. I need those. Ad break in progress. Oh, there we go. Pre-roll ads are disabled for 32 minutes. Cool. I do not like those pre-roll ads. They should be disabled. But I haven't run ads before, so maybe they aren't yet. I don't know how it works exactly, so we'll find out. Ad break ends in 1 minute, so man, I'm excited for affiliate. Mainly the channel points, because you don't really make much from ads, so. Alright, ad break should be over in a few seconds, and then I can continue my nonsense. Go ahead and make a new window. Okay, I don't know where that went. So, I guess the first thing to do, send chat message, event subscription. Yeah, here's all the things you can subscribe to. So if we just search ad break. The ad break subscription type sends a notification when a user runs a mid-roll commercial break, either manually or automatically via Ads Manager. Duration started at this is not quite useful. How do I get the ad break starting? So I can get ad break begin, channel read ad scope, condition. Interesting. Channel chat. You know what I also need to do is probably clear the events database. I guess, okay, so what did I do in my last stream? I think I got the credit screen working. Yeah. It's a little hard to see though. Refresh. So I got new subscribers, new bits, new followers. I got followers and shadows. Yo, Chess, thank you for the Prime subscription. You are my first subscriber. Unfortunately, I have not gotten events for subscriptions yet, so you do not get to go on my credits. Actually, I can just manually add it. Because I don't have subscription events in here. So we just push that. There we go. Good evening. Welcome. Yeah, I need to make it so I can have I need to add a button so I can reset the database for a new stream. I don't think there's any good way to automatically do that. The hoops I had to go through to get that prime sub were quite devious. Oh my. What'd you have to go through for that? Linking your... Have you not linked your Amazon Prime with... So I need to look in here. I think there is this. Subscribe. So I need to add an event. We'll just ID 1. Subscribe. I don't know your user ID, but I do know your username. If I can see it right. Detail 0. What is your user ID? That is a good question that I can actually find out by looking at the chatters database. By the way, every time you send a message, you get 10 XP. I couldn't think of the word. You didn't have linked before this? I see. That's your user ID. Should get that in there. Push that. There you go. We've got your subscribe event in the database. Very manual though. I need to also give you XP for we're finally towards the middle of the leaderboard. Very dry chatter. Let's sort by XP. I believe I forgot what my XP rewarding was. If you raid, it should give you 1,000 XP. If you follow, it gives you 100. So this is not quite correct because some of these people have followed me, but they haven't. They followed me before the database came up. But yes. You are, yes, in fact, in the middle of the leaderboard. And that's another thing I need to do, is get the leaderboard working. If I'm looking to the side here, away from the camera, it's because I moved my monitor that has all my details on it, the stream details and the chat and stuff. I guess the chat's right here in front of me on my page right here. Alright, back to this. I'm trying to figure out how to know when ads are coming up. I'm pretty sure there's a way. There's when ads start, which I do want to subscribe to that. But I don't know how to figure out before ads start. It would definitely be helpful to have Matt Bird's quest in here for some API help. So ad break begin. Channel subscribe. We're gonna want that. Probably also gift subscriptions. We want to keep track of that. Cheer. Channel points. We're gonna wanna tune into some of the channel points. By the way, you can, I don't know if you can redeem any of these yet, but I did add some channel point redeems. Hydrate. Alright, I'll do that. I'll actually be right back because my water bottle is empty, so keep yourself entertained for a few seconds while I go refill my water bottle. Hello, Swashbuckling Fox. Oh, I need to give you, I need to get you an auto shout out. Shout out. The point redeem graphic played twice. Hold on, let me check this. You know, I don't know why it did that. But there's your hydrate for you. Well, it doesn't play the sound twice. So I think that's just Twitch's animation. I don't know. It's... At some point, I'm probably going to just subscribe to the events and make my own animations and stuff. Also, I am super close to 50 followers, and then I'll get the VIP badge so I can make people VIP and stuff. I was reminded of that because of these channel warning. Shout out received. Stream online, stream offline. Okay, so there's nothing about ads. Interesting. Alright, so let's subscribe to channel subscribe. So the channel subscription type sends a notification when a specified channel receives a subscriber. This does not include resubscribes. Okay. So how do you get resub? Subscription type sends a notification when a subscription in a specified channel expires. Okay, well that's not what I want. Gift subscription. Oh, a face reveal. Welcome, Citrus Things. I haven't seen you in my stream in a while. Sorry, I'm looking. My chat's on the other side of my desk than my camera, so. I also just got my first subscriber too. I'm trying to make my stream overlay stuff. Trying to figure out how to deal with some events. Alright, so the channel subscribe does not include resubscribes. Couldn't tell if it's a gift. There's a subscription end. Sends a notification when a user sends a resubscription chat message in a specific channel. Is that the only way to get the resubscribe? Well, I usually see your live messages in Discord several hours later and don't usually go to YouTube for live. Well, my mind blanked for a while typing that. I haven't streamed to YouTube in quite a while, actually. I pretty much gave up on streaming YouTube. I came to Twitch and I feel like life's been a lot better over here, so. This is the first I've loaded your channel, I think. Wow. Welcome. Usually I'm working on the falling sand simulation, but I've been trying to my Twitch overlay, stream overlay working, so like the chat that you see here, not the chat on my ID, the chat in the corner here. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Can't skip a founder's badge. Ah, that's true. I don't quite understand the founder's badge. Is that like the first few people to subscribe to a channel or something like that? But yeah, the chat here in the corner is all my overlay stuff right now. It's just the first 10 people to sub. Ah, there you go. Cool. Cool. But yeah, the chat in the On the overlay, here's my mic holdings. I've also made my admin panel, I call it the controller. If someone has it because of a gift sub, they'll lose it if they don't renew. It has to be self-paid or Twitch Prime. Makes sense. Well, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. I also made it so I can run credits, although it's, not quite working all the way. I don't have subscription events set up in here. And also thank you for the follow. So I'm gonna have to add manually to the database. I think I can just copy your username. As for the partner founders badges, I don't know if it retroactively applies to subs 11 to 25 or if it's the next 15 to 25 after someone gets a partner. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care that much about partner, to be honest. Let's see. I need your user ID. You have a lot of XP now. Congrats. Cool. And this way you will be added to my credit screen. So if I was to run the credits, you should be able to see, well, I guess I don't have subscribers set up on the credits yet, but I also need to subscribe to subscription events, which I guess I should do that quickly because I keep getting subs, so. Channel.subscribe, is that what it was? So this, yeah, channel.subscribe. So this does not include resubscribe. So how do you get resubscribe events? I'm guessing it's this. Is this the only way to do that? I think so. What distro is this? Ubuntu 2404, I think, something like that. Life has been so much nicer switching to Linux. I mean, in some ways it's been worse, in some other ways it's been much nicer. But like in the end, a lot of those downsides are either resolvable or like you can just deal with it. And like, not that Windows doesn't have its downsides that you gotta just deal with anyway. It's just like, I'm used to putting up with those things, but now I don't have to put up with them here, but I gotta put up with new things here, so. The sidebar of the GUI is so much smaller than I last seen. I like LMDE. What is LMDE? I need to increase the size of my Twitch so I can actually read chat. Oh, you mean this sidebar on Linux? I made it smaller. I could make it larger, but I just like it being small, so. Okay, so I think subscription message is resubscribe. So let's do a subscribe first, because no one's resubscribing for at least a month from now. So channel.subscribe. This is version 1. The broadcaster user ID is all I need. So version 1, and I just need the broadcaster user ID for that. So now we handle subscriptions. Well, we don't actually handle the events yet, but I guess a gift subscription channel. Okay, let's one step at a time here. I started with Ubuntu, the move to Linux Mint, but eventually I felt like Ubuntu's problems were affecting Mint, so I switched to Linux Mint Debian Edition. It skips the Ubuntu and just builds off Debian. I see. Debian is nice too, but LMD is easier. The best of both worlds. Yeah, fair enough. The thing I don't like about Ubuntu is really just the Snap Store stuff. I don't like Snap or Flatpak. It's just let me install from apt or from a downloaded deb file. Like, just... Though I'm not using Linux at all right now, might load it up after Windows 10 support ends. I just wouldn't even wait for when Windows 10 support to end. I'd just switch. Just make the switch. I mean, like, I still have a lot to do to, like, fully, like, switch. And, like, I haven't abandoned Windows either. I pretty much use Windows, Linux, and Mac OS kind of just whenever I'm familiar with them all. I can do whatever I need to do on them most of the time without much issue. Not all your games work. When's the last time you tried gaming on Linux? That's my question first, because gaming on Linux was the main reason I didn't like use Linux as my main a lot of the time. Like, I would use it just for programming and stuff. But that was like a few years ago. Now that Steam has like integrated Proton into it, most games work out of the box. Some games might need a little bit of like command line args on the launch or like launch options, or like you got to do some weird configuration or something somewhere, but like most of the time a game will just work. Something that is useful is ProtonDB. ProtonDB. So you can search up pretty much any game on Steam, and this will tell you like people in, like, if I do like Power Wash Simulator, like people talk about their success running it, what tweaks they had to do. You can, you know, filter by your specific system and distro and whatnot if you want, or you know, whatever. It's quite useful. A while, but the ones I play most on PC don't actually have Linux support. Oh, well, the games don't need Linux support, but Proton will run Windows only games. It looks like ads have started though, so I'll hold off for a second here. I guess you subscribe, so I can probably keep going. Yeah. I just, it took me a second and like, oh wait, yeah, you subscribed. So yeah, a lot of the games I play don't have Linux support either, but I can still play them because Proton, it's basically a fork of Wine or something. Proton's basically a more updated version of Wine or something. I think it's a little more specific for games, but Proton is built into Steam now because the Steam Deck is built on a Linux distro, I think, of some sort. I think that's what SteamOS is. It's just Linux. So most games will be running on Proton. But yeah, Proton's basically Wine, but like more better maintained for games or something like that. Either way, I'm writing Windows out till October. Fair enough. Yeah. I did have problems with using my Steam library from my Windows, but that's only because it was on an NTFS formatted drive, and Proton does not like that format. You need to move all the files to like an ext4 formatted drive or something like that. That's pretty much the only issue I ended up really having. But yeah, Proton is built into Steam now, so, and you can configure it so that it'll automatically like run Proton with every game, and most of the time things just work. So, but yeah, like I've not really had too many issues. It's mostly just like OBS kind of glitches out sometimes on the standalone version of OBS. If I use OBS from Flatpak, it's way more stable, and I really don't like using it from Flatpak, but that's how it is for now until it's working better on the standalone. I think pretty much that was the only like main issue I had, just trying to get all my settings over to Linux and stuff, trying to configure stuff. But yeah, okay, so let's see, channels subscribe, so I need to read subscription scope. So we're gonna add that to Twitch auth. Read subscriptions. My old build before I rebuilt in 2020, I had my games on the D or E drive because I had at one point like a decade ago had it dual booted. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, this is broken. Message 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I need to fix my remote controller. Uh, 10 messages is too many. Oh, actually, this should just scroll. Chat. Oh, I should copy this. I think it's just these that I want. Overflow, display, flex direction, justify content. There we go. There we go. That way chat automatically scrolls on here. Oh yeah, emotes, emojis, emotes, what do you call them? Those do not render yet. I need to figure out how to do that. Okay, so, I was adding subscriptions so that way I can listen in on those. And then I wanted to yoink this. Subscribe event. Wrong place. In here, chat message, raid event, follow event, interface, Subscription event. User ID is a string. This is where AI is useful. You can just be like, hey, can you make this just an interface in TypeScript? Rather than me having to like go and freaking do this. But I'm too lazy to find whatever the AI was called that I was using, and this is a boolean, not false. Okay. So now we have this for it. So channel.chat.message, channel.raid, channel.follow. Channel.subscribe. So if I hit a channel subscribe event, we get a socket message. Const subscribe event. db dot, what should I do? Add, I think it's update XP. Yeah, I've already forgotten how to do this. Subscribe event, user ID. Let's say 10,000 XP for subscribing. Is that a little too insane? I guess it would depend on the tier. So what we could do is subscribe event dot tier parse int. I think that's a number that's in like the thousands, yeah. Which is weird. Is there a way to figure out what this value can be? I don't think so. So we want to give you XP. We'll just say it's 5 times whatever. We want to add an event. Subscribe event, user ID, subscribe event, username. Subscribe. I don't know why that screwed me over there. Might as well make sure user exists. Create user, update username. Probably not necessary. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do it. Broadcast overlay, definitely. That's the most important. Do the XP last in case it causes a crash, and that way that everything else works. Subscribe event. New subscriber. Subscribe. We'll just say that. That's one event down, a bajillion more to go. So I guess I want to... Notification when a user sends a resubscription chat message in a specific channel. Channel gift sub. Now, does the channel subscribe get triggered? I guess I have reason to believe that it does when there's a gift. But it would also be nice to mention the person who does gifting. I guess I could deal with these later since they're not too important right now. Channel that cheer. So let's do that. Channel section type sends a message, sends a notification when a user cheers on the specified channel. Cool. I guess we need to add other event types as well. Oh, we already have bids. Okay, subscribe. I guess we need resubscribe. Subscribe event. I guess this could be like the details should be like the tier number of the subscribe. I think that's the only thing that needs to be kept track of with the event there. All right, so we need channel.cheer. I'm going to stop the overlay and then run it again, just so that that event's in there. Copy this, subscribe to event, channel cheer, version 1, broadcaster ID. Null if anonymous equals true. So we got bits. I guess it's called cheer. So if we go to interface cheer event. So is anonymous so this can be string or null, which is kind of annoying, but at least they tell you that. These are all strings. Bits is a number. Oh, this is also ordinal. Okay. We also need bits read scope. Go ahead and add bits read. Channel dot shear. Const shear event. Broadcast overlay. To do resub. Shear event. There should be a semicolon after that. It doesn't have to be, but don't rely on the automatic semicolon insertion. Create user add event. Database. We're gonna call this cheer. I guess another event to keep track of is gift sub. So if someone gifts subs, we want to keep track of that. So to do gift sub. Broadcast overlay cheer event. If cheer event dot is anonymous is true, then we want to return because we don't know who did it. We do want to add an event, but we don't know. I guess if the cheer is anonymous, then we can't really. Details, we want the cheer event dot bits. The subscribe, we want the subscribe event dot tier. So we still want to add the event. We just can't give you XP for it. Cheer event.user ID or anonymous. Double statement. And then the amount that you get is cheer event bits. The amount of bits you give is the amount of XP you get. Let's say times 10. Okay, is there a way to tell TypeScript about this? Okay, so if I pull up this, is there a way to tell TypeScript that user ID, that the user fields are null only if the is a non God. Press Control C is true. Flashbang switching from light to dark light and dark mode. Yeah. Because Twitch's API docs don't have light mode. Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm not doing that because I don't create the cheer event. Template literal. Alright, option 1 seems the cleanest anyway. Thank you, my friend, the AI. Also, I forgot to get rid of all these quotes. Sorry for the flashbangs. They are necessary. Alright, now this shouldn't be complaining. Now that I've done this, if I don't do this, then it'll complain. Perfect. Thank you, TypeScript. What other... Since I have y'all here, what other channel redeems should I add? I got posture check and hydrate. I think that's it. I thought I added a third one. Oh, and play games for 1 hour. First. Oh yeah, that's true. First, second, and third. But I need something to give. Also, something a streamer I watch has is also like late, and they also have good day, good night, things like that. So just like cheap redeems for those. That'd be a good idea. I don't know why the thing's not updating there. The face cam, the auto background removal thing I'm using is kind of honorary good evening redeem. There we go. Actually, I should write these down. So Twitch overlay plans. Not necessarily overlay, but channel redeems. There we go. So first, second, and third. Good morning, good day, good night, good evening. Yeah, I think that's about it for the basic ones. I also want to have TTS. Might as well have some TTS redeems. You know, my overlay on here is not updated for some reason. And I need to set credits to not automatically start. Where did I do that? Update credits info. Here we go. Get out of here. There we go. So it's not automatically doing that every time. Alright, so we got cheer events. Sorted. I'm gonna have to re-auth. Looks like we have an ad break in a few seconds here. In 1 minute. Okay, so we got bits read. I'm going to re-auth. Connect with Twitch. Authenticate. We have re-authenticated. Also, while ads run, I should actually do this. The words on stream. I definitely should do the words on stream. Alright, I should be able to close that. Oh, I had to sneeze right there. Alright, words on stream. Yo! What is this words on stream you speak of? 1080 or 1920 by 1080. You know, your shear did not go into my overlay though, because I forgot to reload it. 60 FPS. Okay. It's this. I'll start it in a second. Let me restart the overlay. Alright, so I've re-authed. I'm gonna restart the overlay. So if you ever give me any more bits, you should go into the events here. In fact, I should do 8 cheer. I'll manually add this one 1 bits. There we go. Thingy for the 1 bit, by the way. Alright, so words on stream is basically you're given all these letters and you're supposed to guess all of the words. So if I do start, that should start it. And my overlay's complaining, saying it's not a command. So you just type words in the chat, or you can scan the QR code. There you go. Audio should come through. Control audio via OBS. We'll turn that down a bit. I'll connect the audio. I do not hear the audio. Yeah, Citrus got the idea. I cannot see it very well, so... you got dive. Doesn't look like the audio's coming through though. It's just weird, but okay. I need to reload that. Time is running out. Ah, so close. I should be able to just hide that. Words are hard, man. Yeah. Man, that one I couldn't even think of any words. Yes, yes they are. Yep. Alright, so cheer events and sub events should end up in the database now. Along with follows. I don't have resub set up yet, but I guess the other thing to do is actually get those to display on the credit screen. I need to handle add events next. I don't know how. So first let me put these in here so I remember. Drive is definitely a word. Did it not end up working? Missed it under pressure. Oh, fair enough. Next ad break, I'll run it again. That seems to be the common thing that some streamers I watch do. They play the words while the ads run. Man, it feels so good having affiliate. We've come so far since I first started streaming. It's been so long since I worked on the sand sim. Man, I've been kind of dreading working on it, cause partly because I feel like it's already done. Like, it's probably one of my only projects that I actually finished as far as I originally intended to, like, it does what I originally wanted it to do, so, like, I really need to move my camera to the other side. What, the sand? The sand? The sand, you ask? There's a command for that. A sand command. Oh my goodness. But part of me just doesn't want to, like, do anything to it now that it's, like, perfect. It's not perfect in any way, but Sandsim V2? Yeah. I'm willing to, you know, continue working on it. The other thing is the actual, like, simulation logic. It's awful, and I just don't. I haven't been able to really figure out how to deal with it. And the other thing that gets hard is because I have a chunk system, like the sand particles and stuff moving between chunks. With online multiplayer was something I wanted to add for sure. I will definitely add multiplayer to the sand sim. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. But mostly stuff moving between the chunks, I couldn't really figure out how to do that cleanly. And the simulation logic, I couldn't really figure out how to deal with that. And then the other part was like how things interact with each other. Like, you know, water shouldn't sink in sand, or, well, I guess sand shouldn't float on water, and like lava and water touching each other should, you know, do something. But like, how do I do that? Like, this is so that's one of those things I need to probably study how the 2D sims do it, because they do it quite performantly. So I'm not sure how it scales though. We'll see. I should really move my camera to this side. Except I actually bought a monitor so I could put one here, so I can have 3 monitors. Is driving me insane with just 2. Oh, my nose got really itchy suddenly after I sneezed. Alright, so this should be handling bits and subscribes. Not resubs though. Let's handle ads now. So be prepared for flashbang. Oh. Channel raid ban. I also need to handle message deletes and stuff, so I can remove them from my chat, my overlay on the chat. I should quit Steam so I don't get those stupid pop-ups. channel bits use. What? Whenever bits are used on a channel. To be an all-purpose event for when bits are used at a channel and might be updated in the future as more Twitch features use bits. I see. So if bits are used for something. Okay, well, I don't care about that then. Channel, so we get channel ad break begin. So is automatic started at. So yes, I do want to know when ads are going so I can display like a banner on my overlay. But how do I know when ads... I just search this page. Ad. Get ad schedule. Snooze next ad. Returns ad schedule related information including snooze, when the last ad was run, when the next ad is scheduled, and if a channel is currently in pre-roll. So I guess I'm just gonna have to make a request to this and then just have to probably make a request to it once in a while, make sure I'm on track, but basically just keep my own timer and stuff. It's like next ad at. In fact, when ads begin, I could probably just make a request to this to know when the next ad should be, and then just set a timer that'll automatically send a message in chat a few minutes before. That's probably the way to go. So I need channel read ad scope. Oops, I need this. Channel read ads. I'm guessing I also need that for this. Channel read ads, yeah. Okay, so channel ad break begin version 1 and broadcaster ID. Cool. So if I go back to here and I just clone that. Then in here, channel ad break begin, socket message, const ad break begin event. Then we need to make a type for it. So this returns this information. Duration seconds string. They really love giving me strings. Really? So sometimes they'll give you this is a string, and sometimes they'll give you bool as a string, boolean. Integer started at timestamp. This way I can just remember these things. This is just a string. Requester user ID. I don't know what those are, but I assume they're important. It would be nice to also add a button in my control panel to be able to start the words on stream or like unhide it, because otherwise, yeah. So I'm gonna have to learn how to use the OBS WebSocket API. That's gonna be fun. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, let's see. So usages. So when this is called, we're going to probably want to use this timestamp. So we get data, a list that contains information related to the ad schedule. Snooze count. Snooze refresh at. Next ad at. Last ad at. So I guess I don't really need to do that. I can just use this. I think mods can run ads, so that might be the requester. Yeah, I think so. I think mods are able to do that. They're also able to like snooze the ads and stuff. I know this because I've been a moderator of channels that can run ads. Also, I wish the cat would lay on her bed. I got her this little bed thing that goes on the windowsill, and she just today, like a week after I bought it, she started laying on it finally. She like sits in the corner on the windowsill next to the bed, and she's like all crammed. I think she finally like, she then tried to lay there. I don't know how she managed to do it, but she was like partially on the bed with like her feet. She looked so uncomfortable, but like she would look also really tired. And then she just I think she finally gave in and started laying on it. So, but yeah, you can't see, the cat's not in here though. So, but I wish it would be my stream cat. I need to get a cat cam. The fact that you can't run an ad from the Twitch app is super lame. Like, okay, gonna get off the toilet, Now's a good time to have an ad run finished by the time I get back to my PC. Oh, I can't. I mean, you could just run the ad when you go to the toilet, like before you get up to go to the toilet. The art of requesting desktop website to moderate properly, or properly. Oh my goodness. Properly, yeah. Although I haven't had success getting the Twitch desktop site to appear when I request desktop site on my mobile browser of choice. Better later than sooner, also better both than only when walking away. I mean, if you're taking that long, I guess, but like, I mean, if it takes you that long, then I guess, but or you could just like run ads that are the entire duration. I do take that long, can be like 50. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Just run 15 minutes of ads, you'll be fine. Or you could just have like a script that you could remotely execute. I guess it's kind of hard to do if you're on Windows though. You gotta... On Linux though, 3 is the max. 3 minutes of ads is the max. I guess at one time, yeah, I think probably that seems sensible. Secondly, there's a stream between my ads. Could probably set up a command in streamer bot. But there should be a button on the mobile stream manager. Yeah, that's interesting that there isn't. I don't use the mobile stream manager, so I hate when Twitch brings me into it. Like, no. Okay, so I can probably just make a GET request to this. So we'll just copy these. So I'm going to need to go to my Twitch class. Probably just clone this. Let's see. Add that. Paste this into there. Send a GET request. Actually, I could probably just use Stream Deck app. Yeah. That's something that you might have an issue with on Linux. I don't... You'll probably have to find third-party software for stuff like a Stream Deck. I don't have a Stream Deck, so not a problem. But I do have like a Razer mouse and keyboard, so I've had to find third-party software for that. But I mean, as long as I can set the settings of my mouse, that's pretty much all I care about. Like my keyboard's like just on rainbow mode, so it just cycles through colors. I'd like it to be red, but I'm too lazy to go find the software for that. My mouse is not RGB right now for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I can just do that so it's green now. I guess this is just not working right. So if I set it to static red, like it should be. I really love the way these like fade, like they what's the word? Like lerp into the next color, like interpolate into the color rather than just like here's the color. Assuming it can have any button that the physical stream deck has, one of the buttons on it are at. It's, yeah. Okay, so this needs a GET request here. Broadcaster ID. So we'll go ahead and yoink my ID. Is there supposed to be a body? Request query parameters. And then here's the data. So promise response. Can I make an interface? No, I gotta do that outside. Interface. This should be get add schedule. Is that what it's? Yeah, get add schedule. Add schedule response, which is this. So we get data, interface, add schedule. This is the add schedule details. Put that in there. Then add a semicolon here. Looks like we have an ad break coming up. So ad break schedule details. Next ad at, last ad, duration, reroll, snooze. The number of snoozes available for the broadcaster. Alright, so I'm gonna put this here. Actually, I can't make a Chrome window always on top, can I? Okay, never mind. UTC timestamp. Looks like ads are running now. This is a string. These are all strings. Okay, so add schedule response. We'll shove that in here. So this, let's send get request. I don't know why I don't have semicolons here. Alright, so now we can get the ad schedule. So I'm going to shut this down for a second. Go ahead and re-authenticate. This will open up in here, which is not what I want. Open here, connect with Twitch, re-auth. Shut that down. Go ahead and rerun this. Okay. So if we get an ad break again, we should const ad schedule details. Let's see, I think it's just twitch.get ad schedule. Reload the controller. I also need to reload this. So the chat's gonna disappear on there. That's fine. Okay, so when we get add event, we might as well send that to the overlay. So add break begin. Add break begin event. But what we also want to do is set a broadcast overlay 1 minute before ads are supposed to start again. So add break schedule details. Add schedule details. Data. 0th item. Let's see, we can just do this. Add break schedule details. So next add at. So we want const next add at equals new date. Then we want to const current, we can just do now equals new date. Can we do some math here? So const diff is now minus next. We can't do that. Man, I hate doing time or stuff with dates. Let's see. Can I get the seconds? That's not what I want. Alright, back to the AI. How can I get the number of seconds between two dates in TypeScript? I see. Okay, so seconds. So now minus next add at, and we actually want this in milliseconds anyway. So diff ms number. Then we want to set timeout. Twitch dot make announcement. Ads starting in 1 minute. I think that's it. We want this to be the diff milliseconds minus 60 times 1,000. So minus a minute. Alright, my keyboard won't let me type uppercase letter caps lock but not shift. Oh my. That sounds like a big problem. I hate that I keep pressing caps lock by accident. Maybe I should just can I like disable the caps lock key? Should go to my other Chrome window. How to disable caps lock key. Actually is quite annoying. Ubuntu. Okay, so you can do some like command line nonsense, it looks like. I'm not gonna do that right now. Okay, so you can always just remove the key physically. What happened to my music? It sounded like it died. Okay, yeah, I mean I could. Okay, so when the next ads start, I feel like I should just have like something on an interval. Nah. Just when the ads start. Should just make this an outside function. Function. Yo. Redeemed hydrate. Alright, I'll go ahead and hydrate. I just finished off my water bottle. I have drinking a total of 680 milliliters, 23 ounces in the last 1 hour and 50 minutes. Alright, handle, add starting announcement. Probably just want to call the function. I don't think we need any of the details from anywhere. So we can call handle and starting announcement. Let's see. Add starting announcement. Timeout. Let. I think it was my display fusion Windows management tool. Alright, I'm off to bed. Alright, see ya, Citrus. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. Have a good rest. And we'll see you later. So, what I need to do... clear timeout in case it already exists. So that means I can call this function a bajillion million times, but this should only end up being one announcement. Set timeout returns a Node.js timeout or null. if just for good sake, node js dot timeout. Async function, so I can do this await because I'm lazy. So then in here, I should really close these when I'm done. Cheers. So add break. And then what I should do is session welcome. I guess on start of this. Let's think. I mean, the socket doesn't need to have started. Handler, socket message handler, socket on message. I mean, we could just do on the start of this code. I really need a better, like, place to put this. To do find a better place to put this. When this is done, okay. So there shouldn't be a time at any point unless my overlay is shut down where I don't get the message or the announcement sent in chat, and it'll be reset anytime. I guess if I restart this, if diff ms, I need to make sure that is less than or equal to 60,000. I need to return. Basically, if the minute is already so like if the ads have already or like 30 seconds from starting and I restart the overlay, then I should just not end up doing any of this. Something I could do. No, it's fine. Because if the ads are then gonna run, then anyway, then it's just gonna end up calling this. I was thinking, oh well, maybe I need to make sure I end up calling this function, but it's gonna be already called here once the ad break starts. So once the ad break starts, it'll call this, which will figure out that we need to start the ad announcement, and then I could call this a bajillion times and it should. Yo, Smash Buckling Fox, what's up? I should give you a shout out. Thanks so much for the help. I'm enjoying the affiliate. It's going great. I got some channel redeems set up. I've got my first 2 subscribes and my first bit. Alright, so did I restart the overlay? I think so. We'll go ahead and restart it just in case. Ooh, there's a crash. Cannot read properties undefined reading 0. Well, that's kind of yucky. Console.log. We're just gonna do this. That way I can see. Hopefully it doesn't complain at me. Response, okay, application JSON. Oh, dot get as schedule dot then response dot JSON. There we go. That's not quite right. Number of milliseconds, the date, GIF milliseconds. Add in 1 minute. That's not right. Okay. So this returns a response. Are we allowed to do that? No. Okay, just leave that alone then. Get request returns a response. Me being silly. Silly me. This is add schedule details. Then const add schedule response. Then move this downwards. So restart chat. Okay, so we did get an announcement. Date now minus time. Seconds till next ad break, which is this. Divided by 1,000. Best viewers? No thanks. Alright, seconds till next ad break. Since we're running an ad break, it shouldn't be sending an announcement. There's way too many seconds. Alright, so we got 2 announcements instead. So this is very broken. Alright, so next ad at the timestamp of the broadcaster's next scheduled ad. Empty if the channel has no ad schedule or is not live. Posture check? Alright. Well, luckily for you, I am already sitting up nice and straight, so I'll sit up more straight. The last ad break. Oh, this is the next ad. So the next ad's the future. Brain fart. So this needs to be the other way around, I think. Not quite. Last. So these are. So next ad would be in the future, I'd hope. And then now. I think ads are running, so that's not helpful. There's no way it's a number this large. I don't quite understand what's going wrong here. What? Next ad at. UTC's timestamp. Next scheduled ad. Let's see. Console.log. next add at dot get time, and now dot get time. No, I don't want to do math. These are vastly different numbers. Something is very wrong. Now dot get time might be giving you nanoseconds. Why though? This says a number of milliseconds for the date since the epoch. Oh, but it's giving me like the nanoseconds on the end. So divide now dot get time by 1,000. Math dot floor. So it should be the next add at the future time minus the current time. Seconds till the next ad break 124. This is not supposed to be divided by 1,000. There we go. So 1,223 seconds till the next ad break. That's interesting. So get time is giving me milliseconds with a few extra digits for nanoseconds, which is weird. But why is it not doing it for the other date? So seconds, do we have a calculator that's easy to access? Let's see, 1,223 divided by 60 seconds, 20 minutes. Yeah, it seems about right. Is that correct? Let's see. The timestamp we get is this. So we just go in here. We can do new date. January 20th, 1970. That's probably part of the reason, actually. I don't think it's giving me nanoseconds. I think it's... Twitch is giving me a date and a weird timestamp. So... How do I parse a UTC timestamp in the format in TypeScript into a date? So they're not giving me a string. They're giving me... They're definitely giving me a number. In fact, all of these seem to be numbers. Which is different than what their API says. Like, this is an example response. That's not what I'm getting. So, Twitch is returning stuff that's not consistent with what their documentation says, which is not great. So that's my problem, I think. Because I shouldn't be getting nanoseconds, and it seems like, I mean, it's hard to see this, but the date that Twitch is giving me is a number format, whereas their docs is saying it's a string, which is not. And the number they're giving me is a date that's in January 20th, 1970. So... something's not exactly right. Because If I run this again, we get 785 seconds. I mean, we shall see what happens if I get the announcement at the correct time, I guess. Then it's fine. We'll just pretend it never happened. That's... So we'll add a fix me. The math dot floor and divide by 1,000 are to fix a problem that I do not understand. Twitch says it returns a UTC timestamp in some format that I do not know what it is. However, it is instead it is returning an integer that seems to be yeah, it's definitely seems to be the epoch milliseconds. This isn't an issue except that the date it takes place in is in January of 1970. So this should be enough to get my attention to hell, I could probably just ask the AI about this. I am using the Twitch API and stumbled upon something I am not sure about. Stumbled upon something I'm not sure about. I should give it my... Do I need to give it the API thing? Yeah, I might as well. I don't need to give it all the other functions. see the large to-do comment. My nose is so itchy. Looking at code, I see an issue you're encountering with Twitch API Next and at timestamp format. The problem is how you're handling the time calculation. Converts time to seconds since epoch, so you're subtracting seconds from milliseconds. That's not the issue. That's a fix to the issue. Is this returning? My question is this returning? So new date, January 1970. Is this returning seconds or milliseconds? It's returning seconds. Okay, that makes more sense. So I can correct my issue here. Still weird that they're not returning this, but what are you complaining about now? Next add it. So these are actually number. In fact, all of these are fucking a number instead. Okay, so that means that I can actually fix my weirdness. Twitch says it returns UTC timestamp. But instead is returning an integer that seems to be epoch seconds. So that should fix my problem. That's not right. Well, this is milliseconds. That's right. So this is be divided by 1,000 divided by 60. Okay, so ads are in 3 minutes. So diff milliseconds. Okay, so we should be back. Milliseconds. Seconds till next ad break. Divided by 1,000. I want to know what this is returning when ads are running, which I guess we'll get when ads start running. Alright, I think this is fixed now. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay. Oh, there we go. It did work. I saw the thing in Twitch saying ads starting in 1 minute. We got the announcement. Very good, very good. Now, whenever there's ad break begin, whenever this happens, whenever the ads are starting in 1 minute, ads in 1. I don't want the duration, but time before ads start. Seconds left. There we go. We can broadcast to the Twitch overlay just so that if I ever need it to know. Then when ads start, I should see the events come through. Alright, ads have started. There we go. Seconds till next ad break. And then now I need to make it so the overlay displays something when ads are running. I do need to know the duration of the ads, which I do know from this ad break event. Duration seconds. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I got another announcement, or is that's the old one? Never mind. Cool. Your community is back. Thank you, Twitch. Alright, welcome back from ads. Oh, I need to do the words on the stream next time. I need to remember that. Actually, that's something I could probably just have automatically happen, like when ads actually start, I can just tell OBS, hey, ads started, unhide the words on stream. Does Twitch make me a subscriber of my own channel? That's fun. I don't have any emotes, unfortunately. Except for this one, I think it's just a default one. I need to handle rendering emotes. Alright, so let's work on the overlay now. Trying to get some of these events handled. So chat message buffer. Oh my goodness. We are 2 followers away from 50 followers. My goodness. Doing better than my YouTube already. Okay. So let's see. Chat message buffer. Run credits. I wonder if I don't want to get too carried away, but it would be cool to get words on stream appearing when ads start. Alright, new followers. We have the credits thing. Subs. Alright, so new subscribers. Cheers. New followers, chatters. Let's see. New subscribers. Resubscribers. Resubs. Subscribe. Subscription gifters. I'm gonna have to make this automatically scroll if it gets really long. So we want new subscribers, resubscribers, subscription gifters, cheers, new followers, and everyone who chatted. Is there anything else? It would be nice to link Ko-Fi events. Oh, no one's probably donating to the Ko-Fi, so Alright. So you only handle chat messages right now. I think that's all I really want to handle right now. For the overlay, I think run credits is the only thing that I need to actually finish. Because I only got chatters and follows working. Data chatters, so I'm not sending very many events. Subscribe to event. I'm looking for this. Events and chatters. Okay, so we already send all the events. So data chatters. So we're not doing anything about events. So subs document get element.id. I'm going to close some of these functions. Credit subs. Data.events. Const sub events is data.events.filter where event dot type equals subscribe. Is it subscribe? Yes. The string. Dot map. Event dot username. Probably put these on multiple lines. Event.username. Actually, these would not be resubs, so I guess I could probably just put resubs with subs. I guess I should keep track of subscribers. This would be just subscribes this stream. I guess later, each 3 subscribers. Credits subs. But that's probably just an API call you can just make to Twitch. Credit subs the stream. And maybe we don't even then care about that. We could just say the subscribers. I guess for now we'll just keep track of the event. Subevents.join event.username. So if I run the credits, subscribers are streaming Chas and Citrus. That seems right. I can barely see that. So if I... Oh wait, why did you hide the thing from me? So if I run credits, there we go. Chatters, this is not resetted correctly, but subscribes this stream. Chas and Citrus things. I guess what I can do is uncomment this, so every time I refresh it comes up properly. Okay, so I need to join with a comma space. Subscribers, subscription gifters. I could probably just say gifters. Cheers, none. So I need to do that one. Credits, bits. No. Cheers. So pretty much the same thing, except cheer. We say cheer events. We can yoink this value. Event.username. Document get element w. So this should cheers, no? Cheer. Data events, filter event, event type cheer. Event username with event detailed bits. Okay, so there's an error in here. There we go. There we go. I did not end up resetting the chatters stream, so I guess that's another thing to add in here. Went too far. Run credits. We need another button. And on click, we want to socket.send we want to reset stream. We probably want to BR. Put that on 2 lines. Just so I don't accidentally press it, because that would not be good. So let's see, reset stream. And then the overlay, I can uncomment this. So if I run the credits, we should be able to see all these things. Yes. And then I can run credits. So if I go to dashboard, reset stream, so WebSocket for the overlay, if parse.type reset stream, we want to database set user chatted the stream. Is there clear chatted the stream all, and db dot something to do with clear all events. I will have to use this button with caution because I will probably end up accidentally clicking it. In fact, reset stream. Reset stream. I'm going to make a function for it. Function reset stream. If we do alert returns nothing. Not an alert, but what do we call it? JavaScript confirm dialog. Window.confirm. Confirm. Are you sure you want to reset the stream? This will reset the viewers chatted and erase the events. Alright, this returns. If are you sure? No, I'm not sure. Just to make sure this is working, we'll do run credits as a test. So reset stream. Doesn't do anything. Oh, the dialogue's not working this? That's so freaking dumb. Alright, reset stream. Are you sure you want to reset the stream? Cancel, nothing happens. If I say okay, the credits will run. Cool. So that means we know that's working, so let's not run the credits. Don't click the button. In fact, it won't actually do anything, so that's great. Yeah. Alright, so reset stream clears our database stuff. Alright, made some good progress. It's pretty good. Reload the controller. So I really need to not use this. I really need a third monitor so that I can actually put my thing on the screen instead of just having it here. Alright, that's pretty good progress. I'm getting quite tired. My goodness. So we added sub events, cheer events, ad break detection. I really need to do this auto shout out thing a little better, probably. Like, probably storing who's been shouted out and when. And maybe even making a way so I can add and edit people's shout out messages. By the way, if you want a shout out message and auto shout out every time you send your first message in a stream, definitely do let me know. I'll add you in there. Because the people I added in here, I just added them and I didn't even ask them. So, well, I guess I did ask them, but I never got a response. So they just have a shout out because yes, and they have a message that I came up with, which you are welcome to have changed. It's not permanent, so I have like a silly auto shout out message in Matt Bird's quest stream, so alright, let's see. I think so. Next stream, I need to handle resubs and gift subs. I also need to handle displaying something on the overlay when ads start. And maybe it'd be a good idea to start getting into the OBS WebSocket API so I can make it so the words on stream appears when the ads start. That would be a pretty good place to get tomorrow. I think I'm gonna call it here with this stream though. Just I think I've made the progress I wanted to make. I handle the important stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't get to actually test whether this code even works with subscribe events and cheer events, because I got all those events before I had the code written. There's plenty more chances, I'm sure, so. Alright, well, thank you all for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Hey, there we go. Thank you, Chas, for the 1 bit, and good night. Let me roll the credits, even though you probably can't see most of it anyway. Thank you, Chas and Citrus Things, for the subscription. We also thank you, Citrus, for the follow. I didn't know you weren't following me. And thank you, Chas, for the 2 bits. I guess I need to make this, add them together as one event. Or maybe I'll leave them alone like that. But yeah, I need to make the credits actually scroll. That is a problem for later. It looks like ads are also starting in 1 minute, so... Alright, thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next stream. Probably tomorrow, we'll see. I need to get some stuff done and whatnot, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. I'm not gonna raid out this stream either. I need to go to bed and I don't want to get distracted, so...